Would you?
I would, yeah.
You're sucking dick.
I would suck Chris Pratt's dick.
But you wouldn't suck his dick for him.
He can suck his own dick.
We gotta make that distinction.
Very important.
Yeah, very. The Order 1886. That was on PS4. It was a shit game. It was basically just a. It was basically just a hey, this is what the graphics look like on your PlayStation 4. Or it was a graphics demo, basically.
For Chris Pratt.
Not Chris Pratt's
Not
dick.
Chris Pratt himself.
Just suck a dick for him.
Would you do it for him?
You mean like if he
If
asked?
Chris Pratt walked up to you right now and was like, yo, suck that guy's dick, would you fucking do it?
No.
Why? It's Chris Pratt, dude. What the fuck?
I wouldn't do it if Trump told me to
How
do it.
retarded are you?
I wouldn't do it if
I don't
anybody
care
told me
about
to do
Trump
it.
right now. It's
Chris
Chris
Pratt.
Pratt, dude.
I like Chris Pratt, but nah, dog.
How about Chris Hemsworth?
No.
No, yeah, no. He's
Chris
kinda,
Pratt.
No,
Well,
no.
have you seen his Extraction movie, Hemsworth?
We're talking about Chris Pratt.
Yeah, I know, but Hemsworth. He did a really good movie that was
No.
like all tactical and shit. And
I've seen it. It's a pretty good movie. Pretty good movie.
What about what's his name? Christopher Cumberbatch or something like that?
Oh, what?
I don't fucking remember his name.
Christopher
I've heard that name, but I don't know what he
Christopher
does.
Come on her
Benedict
back.
Cumberbatch
Christopher came on her back. I don't know. What?
Yeah.
is the.
He played Khan in the new Star Trek movie.
Oh,
not Doctor
Oh, Doctor
okay.
Strange?
Strange, yeah.
Doctor
Yeah.
Strange?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's my favorite
What's his
superhero.
name? Is it
Besides
Chris
Iron Man.
Cumberbatch?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, Benedict Cumberbatch. He said Christopher. I was like, what the f-
I got the last name right.
How are they?
Hot.
As that.
Bro, did we just start the podcast?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, actually, we did.
Have we said anything? We haven't been able to say
No.
that?
Probably.
Oh.
You know, probably.
All right, give me a
But I don't
second.
care. I'll cut it out. Whatever.
Swallowing a cookie.
All right.
Swan Chris
Alright.
Pratt's
Suck
cum.
that thing down.
Suck that thing down, yeah.
Like a fucking vacuum dog.
So now there's 2 episodes where in the intro I'm talking about sucking cock. Sweet. That's great.
It's
That's
2020, bro. Yeah.
It's 3 in the morning. You got Shy Guy and Ryguy.
Yup. We got some guests on us with us today. Welcome to episode 5. We got episode 5. Yeah, episode 5.
Yeah, it's episode 5,
fuck
yeah.
it. We got our boy, Alpha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
returning from episode 1.
Yup.
What's up?
It's 3 in the morning.
The name
Yeah,
of our
that's the name of the
podcast
podcast.
is, and this dumbass
you pay attention?
is General Cletus,
Our boy Cletus.
our boy Cletus.
Say
Go ahead,
hello. Say
introduce
hello.
yourself.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm burping. I'm sorry. Okay.
It's all right.
Welcome-
We're having a bit of a feast. It's a cheat day.
Yeah,
for
we're
me.
eating cookies.
Chips
There's pears here.
for some reason.
I ain't
I-
touching those pears.
It's not like pears.
I ain't touching pears now. I ain't touching pears.
Bro, I don't eat
I'm eating some
healthy.
cookies though.
Yeah, we got, I got
Bro.
my Kyle juice, aka Monster.
Well, depending on your microbiome in your gut,
these
pears
icy
aren't healthy
pears?
for you.
Dude,
so.
I don't know. I just bought them. I was like, yo, I need some.
Hey, man.
Let me know if it's good.
I'm just gonna eat unhealthy
Is it
until
good?
I die.
Okay, because I was trying to find
Understood.
some good ones that are just ripe enough.
These are the good ones.
Okay, good. Because I grabbed a red one
Because at
too.
least I'll be happy.
All right,
We eating pears now.
this
Rivers-
podcast
Rick Ross.
we're doing conspiracy theories.
Uh-oh.
We've wanted to do conspiracy theories
Oh.
with Cletus for a while now, and we
Yeah.
finally got him down here. He goes to school far away. We're not gonna say where, 'cause fuck you. But now that he's here, we can finally have this episode. What are you trying to write down
I
already?
was thinking.
Yeah.
All right, works out. Does anybody have a funny or wacky conspiracy theory they want to lead with first?
Well,
Yeah.
Way to start. Well, it's getting heavy.
last night I mentioned about how, Disney either created coronavirus or is in cahoots with China, created coronavirus to take down the movie theaters.
You were blowing my mind with that for a minute.
Yeah.
China.
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 Yeah,
There's-
China.
So there's this conspiracy
That's good.
that Disney created the coronavirus
Okay.
That I
so
made
that
up.
they could bring down China in the movie theater industry so that they could be independent from both industries
Disney Plus.
and launch Disney Plus in a
Yeah.
sovereign state. And,
Oh,
do, and
fuck.
do shit like charge a subscription service, then ask for $30 for shitty movies like Mulan.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yo, this is actually facts.
Me and Shark were both sitting there like fucking minds explode. Hey, I didn't mess it up this time though. Yeah.
I'm still gonna have to cut
Our
that.
minds.
Stopped it.
No, you don't. All I did was make the ah sound.
Ah.
Yeah.
15,000 names you could choose from.
That's a good point.
Yeah. See, we're good.
Yeah, so what if his
Apple
name is
being the
Alan or
first.
something?
So now my question
Yeah.
is, how does this tie into the Disney movies? How have we seen hints of this happening in the Disney movies?
Mulan.
Okay, explain.
It's a Chinese movie where they catered to China the entire time.
China.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Isn't there a wall in that movie?
China.
Yeah, the Great Wall.
Yeah.
You mean to
You
tell
know.
me? So is Trump in cahoots with Disney?
I'm gonna have to
Trump's
ask.
Great Wall.
All right, bud. I'm gonna have
Trump's
to.
Great Wall of stopping the movie theater.
I'm gonna have to ask you to
It's
take
late
about
to stop the
20%
bubbles.
off that
Oh,
one,
that-
though, bud. I'm gonna have to ask you to take about 20% off that one. That's too far. Trump is
No.
not working with China.
And you believe that?
Biden is.
Well, no, he is kind of fascinated about having a wall around the country, though. I'm just saying.
They built an
You
amazing
have to
wall.
talk
It's
about
big.
the
It's beautiful.
experts.
The experts,
walls.
Most beautiful big wall I've ever seen.
like China's. He did compare it to China's a lot earlier in his presidency, didn't he?
How many people died making the Great Wall in China?
A lot.
Yeah.
How many Mexicans died trying to cross Trump's wall?
0.
None.
No, there's videos of him jumping off the top of it and like breaking their knees and shit.
Well, that's what happens.
They're
when
jumping
you,
off.
Well,
of
that's
like
what
a
happens when you
30-foot
jump
Okay.
from
Well,
a
they're
high
fucking
place.
dying, dog.
That's kind of
I'm sorry.
that's just them being.
You asked how
fucking
many people
stupid.
died. I'm telling you how many
Stupid
people
gamers
died.
win stupid prizes.
Okay. So Mulan.
Well, the smart ones dig underneath like the cartel.
What are we? This isn't conspiracy. Okay.
All right. All right. All right.
This is too real for
This is too real. I'm scared.
Yeah. Well,
But it all ties together.
what about the Epstein shit?
He's still alive.
I don't want to get shot.
He's still alive.
No, he's dead. But
No, he's
No,
still alive.
he's alive.
Have you seen the body double?
suicide killed him. What are you talking about?
Didn't you see them bring out a body double on a gurney?
Yeah, didn't you see that? The thing that didn't happen.
No, legit. They
Who's
did.
who's calling?
I don't know. Hello? What? Okay. All right. All right. Bye.
She spent $30.
It's $30.
All right, I owe her $30.
Okay.
Um,
She got Venmo.
sweet, I'll do
What are
that.
you talking about?
Anyway, sorry, that was a weird phone call.
The shit with Epstein, not just him killing himself, but think about, wasn't he running like a child pedophilia racket with like all of the rich elite?
Yes.
Yes.
And that wasn't a party thing. That was both sides, right?
Supposedly.
That's stressful, dog.
Yeah, and everyone like you can. Yeah, it's crazy. Like it's actually like there was a on the whole canon thing.
Hmm.
You remember that on social media?
What do you mean the whole canon
Canon.
thing?
It was like a big like movement about. I don't honestly. I'm pretty illiterate about what canon means. Hold on, let me
You don't
look
know
it
how to
up.
read?
No, Joe. Fuck! I said your name. Damn it!
What
Nine-
the fuck is
nine
that?
four-
You mean
Body double, man.
he's trying to look up evidence of Epstein's body double that he never really died?
But it's true. But it's true.
I think he
I
died.
didn't get a new piece
See
of
that
paper.
shit?
I think he died. I think the Clintons kill people all the time, dog.
Oh, they definitely killed
Yeah,
people,
so why
just
wouldn't they
not
kill him?
Epstein.
I don't know why they wouldn't kill
It
him.
could be fake.
Okay,
It's the
okay.
internet.
They can steal as many third world country children as they want without Epstein's
Canon.
help,
Let me
right?
look it up.
Yeah.
I don't think they gotta worry about it.
Wafers stealing
But-
in their own backyard.
Canon is a far-right conspiracy theory. It alleges that a cabal of Satan-worshipping pedophiles is running a global child sex trafficking ring and plotting against... Hold on. And plotting against
Pizzagate,
President
dog.
Donald Trump, who is battling against the cabal. The theory also commonly asserts that Trump is planning a day of reckoning known as the Storm, when thousands of members of the cabal will be arrested. No part of the theory is based on fact, according to Wikipedia.
Well, Wikipedia
Well, all right.
lies. I was told by a reputable source in high school
A reputable
that
source.
Wikipedia is not a good source.
Yeah, I was told by all my teachers in
Yeah.
high school that Wikipedia is not the way.
What if they only told you that because they didn't want you to?
They
They
There
didn't
is
want you to know about the
Wikipedia.
cabal.
Yeah.
They didn't want you to know about the child trafficking
Okay,
cabal.
that's our next conspiracy. Teachers
Oh,
don't.
shit.
Teachers don't like
No
Wikipedia
way.
because it does their job for them.
All right, what's up,
That's
Ryguy?
new.
U.S. Vice President Mike Pence.
Hey, listen to Ryguy.
U.S. Vice President Mike Pence with members of a SWAT team. On November 30th, the man on the left in the image is displaying a red and black Q patch used by believers of the canon conspiracy theory. Apparently, there was a guy that had a Q on his vest in a picture with
Easily
Mike Pence.
manipulated.
Exactly. This is whack, dude.
That is interesting.
Yeah. Have you heard of Pizzagate?
I
Yeah.
have.
You ever Pizzagate?
That one was fake
No.
though, but he thought it was real.
Are you sure?
Yeah, the thing about Pizzagate was the guy was freaking out because of all the pedophilia problems, but I don't think there was actually anything going on there. I think child sex slavery and human trafficking and stuff is a big problem. I just don't think Pizzagate was one of them.
Did you see the emails involved with Pizzagate?
No, I haven't. I haven't really looked into it too
Where
much.
there was that one guy in Hollywood, DC, that was talking about, hey, let's go get a cheese pizza over email.
Oh shit!
Who the fuck does that?
Well, you know something I heard about is these trafficking stuff.
Tacos do you have?
Yeah, Cletus brought a bunch of Taco Bell and it's kind of badass. The silent battle rifle. So I actually heard something about that. It was on Joe Rogan the other day. He was talking to senators are the ones who represent districts and stuff, right?
Yes.
Sure.
There's a
let's
bunch
go
of
with that.
senators, right?
2 senators per state.
Oh, it's the other way around then. Other way around. He's got to be a representative then, because representatives are the ones that
Was
are
it
based
Dan
more on
Crenshaw?
population. No, but it was a guy from Texas. He was a black guy actually.
Cruz?
No. He was this buffed up black guy who used to fly an Apache helicopter. And honestly, I hope he runs for president because
Like a
I'd
good
vote
movie.
for him. I'd vote for him immediately. He's
The Rock
bad.
in that movie?
I think his name's Tyler. Hold up, give me a minute. Or Wesley something.
Bro, fucking Tyler?
No, shut the fuck up.
Wesley Snipes.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
Wesley.
They talked about sex trafficking being a problem around the border because he's in Texas, right? And one sec, I'm clicking on the history tab of my YouTube so I can figure this out.
Yeah, no, but there's serious
They use like Google Docs
for what?
and for emails that they send to each other, but instead of actually sending the emails, they all use the same account so that they can click on drafts and see.
Is
that-
it still Pizzagate or no?
No, this is just trafficking stuff. This is how they communicate so that they don't, so that like the Patriot Act can't find
It's
them.
kind of funny that all of these on like Wikipedia say that they've been debunked and they're false, and they're not based on
The
facts.
Podesta emails is what I was
Is that what it
talking
is?
about.
Joe, are you familiar with
Oh.
Pizzagate?
His name's Wesley Hunt.
Fuck, I did it again.
His name's Wesley Hunt. That's his name.
I'm fucking this up, dude.
Okay.
His name's
I am-
Wesley Hunt. He's running for office.
Alpha.
I've heard of it. But I'm not really
He's-
very familiar with
He's
it.
running for office in Texas.
Yeah.
I'd vote for him for president in an instant. He's a badass. Flew an Apache helicopter, went to West Point, and he's a guy in Texas.
Bro, you fucking trying to?
This? What?
No.
What am I trying? Go Texas?
Yeah.
So actually, I want to talk to you about
San
that.
Antonio's nice.
I've never been to
So,
Texas.
if our enterprises took off, Ryan, and we like
Say my name.
fuck Ryguy,
Man, what is happening today?
we did it
Fuck
twice.
this up and,
I haven't fucked up.
I take one sip of liquor and your real name comes out immediately. So if our enterprises took off, because it's not like our hands are only in the podcast, right? And we did super well, would we want to relocate to Texas?
But the boys.
I'm thinking bringing some of the boys with us.
Bus.
Crew bus. A crew bus.
The
See,
crew bus.
This is why we're gonna buy
Well,
a bus.
think about it. Texas,
$5,000 into a bus.
the libertarianism of Texas's laws really align with or jive with our group.
As long as we move next to the border, we got free target practice.
Okay, that's awful. Do we need to censor that shit? Normally we don't censor shit on the podcast, but Cletus, you just went to a whole new.
No, that's fine. But
But-
I'm gonna write it down just in case.
I'm gonna write it down. I had a moment we had to write down too. It's okay. You're number 2 in all of podcast history. It's all right.
Welcome. Yeah.
I could.
Yeah,
all
we
I
should
have to
talk
do
about
is
Texas
say
at some point.
something. Then
What?
it would be another moment.
Do it.
No, I'm good.
Yeah,
Do it.
Joe, I swear to God, if you could.
Do it.
Fuck! I did it again. Oh my God!
It's the Kyle juice.
It's the Kyle
Got
juice. I need to
him.
stop drinking the Kyle.
Why you
juice.
The
call it the
monster.
Kyle juice?
I gotta stop
Because
it.
basic Kyles drink the shit out of it.
Basic Kyle.
Basic Kyle.
Okay. What?
What are we doing?
No, I'm just thinking.
we're recording a podcast.
We're
man.
recording a podcast.
In March 2016, the personal email account of John Podesta, Hillary Clinton's campaign manager, was hacked in a spear phishing attack.
What?
What is spearfishing?
Did I read that right?
It's
spear
in the
fishing.
name.
Okay.
You fish with a spear.
Bitch, he's talking about emails,
WikiLeaks
though.
Published his emails in November
All right,
2016, and like that has to do with child pedophilia.
Yeah. Well, I don't have any doubt that like
Who talks about getting a pizza over email?
No, there's a bunch of
That's
instances,
true.
especially on Twitter, of like like
people talking about the trade and shit.
yes, no, like random celebrities would say, so and so got me a pizza, but then they would specify the specific kind of pizza, and I guess the correlation between it is that
Because they're secret codes.
yes, a specific like a pepperoni pizza is like a boy, and then like a cheese pizza is a girl.
That's the theory.
That's the theory, or something like that.
That's fucked
and like
up.
different like toppings mean you're into different things.
Have you guys heard about this occult stuff that the elite does every few years at this
The
like
giant owl
the giant owl cult thing?
in California.
Look it up on your phone real quick so you can know what it's
I
called.
don't remember where it's at.
I know the crazy guy Alex Jones. The crazy guy Alex Jones actually proved it. They snuck into it and recorded this weird cult meeting thing of all of the elite, the rich, the politicians from around the world, not just the United States. Yeah, Bohemian
I looked
Grove.
up California giant owl cult.
It's suggested. It's like a secret society, but it's suggested they all get together and do it just as like a joke or for fun. When they were found out, that's what they said. But they make this giant owl god effigy and like burn it and have this weird ritual with all the crazy words and shit. We should look up a video of it or something.
It might be Latin.
But
They said they do it just as a joke.
they say they do it as a joke, and I think it's connected. I don't
you mean to
I don't
tell
know
me-
if it's particularly that they're into kids or if it's more they get them to do illegal shit. They get them to do illegal shit with minors as a way to control the elite, as like blackmail.
Yeah.
Because maybe it starts out as just like 17-year-olds or something, and they don't know that they're underage, and then they let them know, and it gets worse and worse and worse, and they keep getting proof of these people doing worse and worse shit.
So you mean it's how
the
Like Clinton. with
I don't
the
want to call
poker.
them the Illuminati because that's cheesy as fuck, but it's how the Shadow Council that governs the world controls all these people.
Dude,
Yeah.
It's
I
through
swear
blackmail.
to God, the Shadow Council is made up of raccoons.
okay. Explain that.
So we had a really good topic and you fucked it.
No, this is exactly what we need.
So you know
Why?
how like recycling isn't a big thing, really?
Yes.
Yes, it is. I recycle every time I throw a can
No,
or
but,
plastic
like,
away or cardboard.
You think the government would be mandating recycling for everything, basically?
Yes.
That
I-
isn't organic materials?
I don't think the government mandates much at all because that's up to the state. In Indiana,
Wait. Okay.
I'm
fuck.
saying government as in any government. State, city, federal.
I said Indiana. That's twice
it again.
now. Yeah, I had to tell
We are
you.
so bad. Continue.
This is an awful episode thus far.
You know how there's this giant spinning thing of trash in the Pacific Ocean?
Yeah, it's a continent of trash, right?
Exactly. And that plus all the mounds of trash that are being buried across the country and all that.
Yeah.
It's got to be the raccoons, man. Who else would benefit from that much trash?
You think the raccoons are making a sovereign state
Who else would benefit?
out in the ocean
He's got a point.
with their floating
No,
trash?
it's not that. They own the world.
the world.
He said the Shadow Council is made up of raccoons.
Shadow
It's so
Council.
it's like a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe or
You know
Hitchhiker's
how,
Guide to the Galaxy, but instead of
Stephen
it being the
Hawking
mice
had
that
that
own
computer?
everything, it's the raccoons.
Yeah, you know how
I've never read that book.
Stephen Hawking
mice
had, like,
own everything in that
computer
universe?
You could look at
I'll explain in a
and
second.
like make words and everything. That's what the raccoons use because they can't talk.
So they use Stephen Hawking's computer to
Yep,
communicate.
that's why he died. They needed the computer.
Have you guys seen
So
the?
the raccoons stole Stephen Hawking's computer software that allows him to talk.
No, they stole his computer. They stole his chair.
So the
And
grand
when he died, the raccoons got it.
the Grand Master of the Shadow Council is in Stephen Hawking's chair.
Yeah.
So
Serious.
Where do you think they put his chair when he died?
so
The
Threw
raccoon
it out.
stole
The
it.
raccoons
Is he like-
got it, man.
Is he
Do
like
we-
the,
do
is
we
he like
wanna
the
give
Emperor from
Cletus-
Star Wars?
do we want to give Cletus his own subsection of the podcast where he is literally just Alex Jones? Is that what we're gonna do? You do any DMT
perfect.
recently?
No.
You
I
sure?
don't do drugs.
Sounds like it.
I don't do drugs.
All right, dog. Okay. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
So you mean to tell me?
No.
Okay, but my question is, how does the Shadow Council connect to the Disney coronavirus plot?
Well, if you want to get serious,
So are you
can
saying
get
that
serious.
Mickey Mouse-
Disney produces a year?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
at Disney
They're
World
helping the
alone?
raccoons.
Okay.
That's how that happened.
To be more serious,
We are serious.
what if the Shadow
I'm
Council
100% serious.
just released the coronavirus?
Which they did.
I don't think it was the Shadow Council. I do think it came from China, but like
Who do you think
intentionally.
runs the Shadow Council?
No, I think China wanted to see how easily they could fucking infect us with a disease.
Cripple us.
What if the Shadow Council released it just to get a closer grip on the populace.
Enforce everyone to wear
Enforce
masks.
everything. Because think about some of the things the governors are doing. Regardless of whether or not you think it's a necessary evil, what they're doing is unconstitutional. It is technically illegal, especially stuff in Michigan.
Oh yeah.
And stuff like that. And it's.
I always thought the government used this as a way to try and brainwash
Hey, did you
us.
turn off the oven?
I don't know about
Okay.
I'll bake some cookies, y'all.
It's just payroll for the government.
So, I think it's viable that if there is a shadow council, they did this to try to maintain more control and to see how far they could push the populace, especially in the U.S., to see how much control they could have. Is that viable?
Yeah.
I think it's pretty viable. Do you guys think Tom Hanks is part of the
That's
shadow
why I don't
council?
trust the TSA.
You actually think Tom Hanks is part of it? Ryan?
Yes, that's why he moved to Greece.
Yeah.
He moved to Greece?
You didn't hear about this?
During COVID, he moved to the poorest country in Europe?
He got a citizenship from Greece for him and his wife, and that was like directly after or during Greece making pedophilia a mental disorder and not a crime.
I think
Maybe
it should be
dark
both, but, you know, pedophilia is
They made it
definitely a
not
mental
illegal
problem.
anymore.
But it should
Yeah.
it should also still be illegal.
And like the day after he applied for dual citizenship there, and they applied it, they got him.
I don't think that's enough evidence to say he's part of the Shadow Council, but that is pretty shady.
It's a little sus.
It is a little sus.
Apparently on Google, the Shadow Council is a group of mortal warlocks that serve the demons of the Burning Legion.
What the fuck?
Owls, man.
Are they owls? Do they look like owls?
Yeah.
Are you fucking serious?
No, I don't know what this is from.
I'm right.
If they look like owls, dog,
What is this
Bohemian
from?
Grove
Bohemian
shit.
Grove, man.
It's World of Warcraft.
Oh, that's what the Red Legion is. I know what the Red Legion is. Fuck. This shit's from World of Warcraft.
There was a... Hold on.
That's so stupid. We're so stupid.
We. All right,
No.
I'm figuring out
This
deep
is
state
all
secrets,
part of this.
okay?
While Ryguy's looking stuff up, what do you think of the setup down here, Cletus? It's pretty nice.
You got another fucking taco? How many you got in there? Like 10?
You'll see.
He brought a bunch of Taco Bell. I'm proud of him.
Which one is that? Like 4?
Okay, how many I got left?
If you have a lot, can I have one?
It's about 7 now.
You have 7 left?
No, this is my 7th. Ish.
How many do you have left?
I can't remember what it was. But there was a theory.
Thanks, Taco.
Oh, yeah, tacos?
Yeah.
There was a theory that there was like one family that owns all of the world's media.
Clintons.
Yeah, the Rothschilds.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Clintons.
You got any sauce? Dog? Oh, yeah. Got some
sauce?
taco sauce.
With the tacos.
Here, do you guys want to move on to the next conspiracy theory, or are you looking something up, Ryguy?
I'm just looking shit up. Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
The question is, do you really think the Mujahideen caused the California gold rush?
Who are the Mujahideen? Who the fuck?
Bin Laden.
They don't think they... I know a caliphate existed during that time, but I don't think... I don't-
Mujahideen is the Afghan rebel force that fought the Soviets.
Yeah, I know, but those folks didn't exist until we supplied them, so they didn't make the gold rush because
no.
they didn't exist till the Cold
They
War.
existed before that.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
I really don't think they did, man. No, I don't believe that at
It
all.
was the second California gold rush.
We need more substantial
No, the
conspiracy
second
theories.
California
Real ones.
gold rush, man.
When was the second one?
Big tech.
Oh! Why would a bunch of guys living in caves cause the tech rush?
Okay, they may be living in caves, but they have some nice setups in there. Okay.
Yeah, but I
Don't you
don't
see them streaming videos all across the internet?
Yeah, but they're still not.
No?
We obviously don't visit the same sites.
What the fuck are you on?
I think Cletus watches terrorist porn.
That's some good shit.
I'm on a
No.
That's some good shit right there.
Yeah.
All right. All right, let's get into aliens because this is what I like talking about.
Oh yeah, something real.
I like talking about
like
aliens.
aliens.
It absolutely is real.
Exactly what I wanted.
Watch the Bob Lazar story, dog. It's on Netflix, and you should watch his podcast with Joe Rogan.
I watch Ancient Aliens. Okay.
Who's Bob Lazar?
Yeah.
Bob Lazar worked at Area 51. We talked about this episode 1 of the podcast.
Not
I don't remember
possible.
episode
Anyone
one.
who works
He's
at
the guy.
Area
He's the
51
guy who
dies.
put a jet engine in like a Cadillac.
Oh yeah. I remember.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Bob Lazar, yeah.
So this is a conspiracy. I think the government knows damn well about aliens. I think we got quite a
Of course
few.
they do.
I think we got.
U.S. Navy pilots found them.
Well, not just that. I think we've got multiple ships in custody.
There's video evidence.
I think we have multiple ships in custody. I think we can fly one of them, and we're still trying to reverse engineer it and figure it out.
Like the Horton 229.
Yeah.
Dun, dun.
Area 51, dog. It's real. I think it's very real.
Oh, man.
Do you believe in aliens?
Yes.
All right. Do you?
Yeah.
All right. Alpha believes in aliens.
I'm not.
Cletus, you believe
I'm
in
not.
I
aliens?
watch Coast to Coast.
I'm not entirely
listen.
convinced that they've visited our planet, but I believe that they exist.
You should watch the Bob Lazar story.
Okay.
That's not what it's called, but there's a documentary on Netflix about him and some alien stuff. And he also was on Joe Rogan podcast a lot.
Okay.
He's supposedly an engineer who has worked on some of our ships in Area 51
So
that we've found, some of their scuttled ships.
my question is that if he's actually saying true shit, wouldn't the government like fucking take him out?
Well, then
They
that
did.
that would be a conspiracy.
They killed him?
No, but what they did was they
Is it
erased
fire?
him from history.
Yeah.
They erased him from
That's
history.
how he got on the podcast.
Yes, and the only reason they won't kill him is because now he's in public light, and if they kill him, we'll know
call
the
bullshit.
government did it.
The Clintons did that already.
Killed
Remember
him?
the guy that shot himself in the back of the head 4 times? He was in the public light.
The Clintons don't count because they're not the
What are you
government.
talking about?
The Clintons aren't the government. They're organized crime. They don't count. They're not the government.
The Clintons.
Dude,
Clintons?
it's clearly possible to shoot yourself in the back of the head 4 times. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
With a shotgun, you
With
have
a
to
shotgun.
reload.
But you have to pump.
All right.
There's a
So,
Wikipedia page called the Clinton Body Count.
good God, my dad wrote a paper about it in college.
Did you really?
The Clinton body count, yeah. So yeah, I think we have alien ships in custody. This guy, he was a famous engineer. He went to MIT. He got the government's attention because he put a jet engine in a Cadillac.
Right.
And that's the only proof we have of his existence because he won a contest with it. Mm-hmm. And there's a newspaper clipping of it that the government couldn't erase. You can look it up and find the newspaper clipping. Do you want to try to find that?
Yeah.
Bob
Yeah,
Lazar
keep going.
newspaper clipping. I wouldn't be surprised if Google tries to censor it or something. But so he got the government's attention, and then they brought him to try to reverse engineer this ship because he's a big fucking deal, and he describes the ship in crazy
it's his
detail. Bike.
It says in 1977, Bob Lazar, of his street address, was the 3rd man to power his bike with the G8220 jet engine.
That might be something else. I didn't think it was a bike.
I don't know. I'm trying to find it. It doesn't really say it. No.
He's also
This
apparently.
is a real hot rod. Is that it?
It might be.
Oh. Yep.
So-
Bob Lazar isn't kidding when he says his car runs on a jet engine.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a real. Yeah. I don't know what year this is.
That's awesome. So he did 2 crazy things
Yeah.
apparently.
He put it. He said that the license plate is Jet. You bet.
He's a funny dude. He's a funny dude if you hear him talk.
Yeah,
He's just
he actually put. He actually
his
put
his
that-
life is just fucked because they removed him from the MIT records and all these records and all of his accomplishments and stuff. They redacted everything. If you go and ask MIT like when he went there, he was never there. They don't know who Bob Lazar is, right? And
Oh yeah, there's original
Wow.
sketches by Bob Lazar of like UFOs.
what it looked like.
There's like old, like real sketches of what he saw
Huh?
and had.
And I think it does. I think that's their old design. But yeah, he's also claimed to have seen documentation and stuff that says they're from Zeta Star. Something is what they're called, and we refer to them as Zetons.
Dude,
The aliens from Fallout,
trying to get
basically
zooted
the
with
ones
some
the Fallout,
Zetons?
the ones that in the Fallout video game that
you fucking.
that's based on. That's what he was working with, basically.
I'm trying to get Zaton zooted.
Trying to get Zeton zooted.
That's the new shit right there. I'm trying to get Zaton zooted.
But yeah, I think we're dealing with alien shit, and the government's hiding it from us. Y'all agree?
Mm-hmm. That shit's been happening for years, man.
Maybe.
I don't know, man. Area 51's real, but they don't want to say anything about it. Didn't it get released that Area 51 was a real location?
We've known it's real for a long
But that's the
time.
thing. It was never released
No,
by the
they-
government.
It's
so
they-
it
not a
was real.
military installation.
I don't remember when, but they did officially declare it a real place.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
I don't think it was that long ago.
It's been a while.
I mean, it's been a while, but I mean, to me, a long time ago is like
What'd I do?
10, 15 years.
I don't know.
Dude.
Well, there were those. I think they were Navy pilots or Air Force pilots.
Navy.
There's video of them seeing this thing on thermals
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
fly all crazy and
Yeah.
shit. And,
Oh yeah, because it was
Zooming
that
across
the
the
black
sky.
and white thermal video?
yeah.
Yeah.
And the government released
Here's,
that. So I think definitely we're fucking with aliens on a regular basis. But
Oh, easy.
I think we know what it is, and I think we talk to them regularly. That's how I feel. But I don't think they're controlling the world or nothing. I don't think they're like in charge.
They're just chilling.
But I think we talk to them
I
for
mean,
sure. I think the UN or at least our president talks
okay.
to them regularly.
If you're a star-faring species, right,
Yeah.
successfully, I mean, and you find our planet, do you really have a use of like controlling it? Not really.
Yeah, you can do literally anything you want.
I mean, there's
Yeah,
really
there's no need to control it, but there's a need to watch it, manipulate it, look at it. The same way we acted with we are not alien sex slaves.
Pizza. Exactly.
You're so stupid.
Oh my
No
god.
offense.
See, go ahead.
No, I'm good.
You're not gonna say it. It
I
all
did want
it all
this.
comes together, dude. Sex slaves.
The aliens want us as sex slaves?
Yes.
Dude,
Why
children
do you think
specifically.
Hillary Clinton hasn't died yet? She's an alien.
alright, I got it.
Exactly.
She's a lizard person.
I got it.
People.
I got it. They are influencing our internet and our social media and the Shadow Council to try to create the thickest of thick women without them actually being fat.
Yes.
And when we make the perfect
You mean
thick...
the raccoons?
No, the aliens. The
Which are
raccoons.
also raccoons.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Sure. And that's what they're trying to... They're trying to get the thickest... They're trying to ride the line between thick and fat so much until we make the perfect humans, and then we'll just be sex slaves to the aliens.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I'm not cool with that. Fuck off.
Disagree.
Revolution.
Raccoons. Yeah.
Oh, did he make a sketch for a wall?
Raccoons.
Sweet. We got a sketch for
Going
a
up there.
wall.
We'll put it up there in a second.
All right. So anybody listening,
Just says raccoons.
we have a poster board kind of thing that we put stuff from our group of friends and everything on, especially during podcast stuff.
Yeah, anytime.
And anytime somebody doodles something during the podcast, and we got Cletus just typing the word raccoons or writing the word raccoons.
Raccoons.
Back.
I had to burp. Sorry.
You gotta write more?
Oh, you got to write more.
I-
It's
Go
the
for it.
Cletus paper. It's the Cletus paper.
Dude, on our social media, after every podcast, we should take a picture of that person's sketch and throw it up on there. Post it.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
All right.
You got another
So-
conspiracy?
Going back to the aliens,
Yeah.
if they are watching us, like you said, they're probably like, because think about it. If we were in a situation where we were spacefaring and we found another civilization where we could be like worried about if they went into space and shit, might want to keep them from not doing that.
Well, the sightings and all the activity and everything jumped after we developed nuclear arms.
Yeah.
And it's suggested that that's what caught their attention. They've been watching us forever, but they're fucking with us now because we have nuclear arms, because we can destroy ourselves, and because we have the means to affect things outside of our planet now, too.
Yeah.
Because we are now cosmic entities. We're weak ones, but we can technically destroy cosmic entities, very small asteroids, things like that, with our very primitive spacefaring technology and our nukes.
So that's why they came here.
That's why they care now. We have now entered the cosmic stage. We're infants in the cosmic stage, but that is the theory of why we're seeing more of them, why they're more active now, why it's
I
a bigger
figured it
deal.
out, Ron.
You figured it out?
Write
Yeah.
that down.
Oh, you said my name. Fuck.
He was talking to Ryguy.
So, Elon Musk is such a meme lord.
Huh.
You know how he said he was going to make cat girls a thing?
Yeah.
When did he say that?
Big
That's
titty
amazing.
alien girlfriends. He wants them. That's why we're going to Mars.
Big titty alien girlfriends.
Yep.
That's
Why do
it.
you think we wanted to get into Area 51? That we knew. Elon Musk started it. We knew.
He knew. Because he said cat girls.
No, it's because remember when everyone wanted to get into Area 51 and clap alien cheeks? Elon knew.
He knew.
He knew.
You know.
That's going to be the new slogan. Elon knew. Elon knew.
Well, I just love that he had a Full Metal Alchemist picture as his Twitter profile picture for like a
Because he
year.
knew.
It was hilarious.
He knew.
Well, no, that's an anime.
Oh,
he had
no,
the
I've
main,
seen it. I've
he had
watched
the
it,
main character from Full Metal Alchemist, just like man spreading super hard, reclining back,
Chilling.
and that was his fucking profile pic on Twitter for a long time.
So
I thought that was
not
hilarious.
it's not big titty goth girls anymore. It's big titty alien girls.
It's both. It's both.
Could be big titty goth alien girls.
Big titty alien goth girls.
Good
Yeah.
God.
All right. In Area 51.
In Area 51, we have them. But Elon wants to go to the source.
I think they're from Mars.
Who else would be? The raccoons obviously don't care. They're only worried about what's going on Earth. They want more trash. Mars doesn't have trash.
Mars is trash.
No,
Okay.
Mars
It's a
is
barren
dust.
wasteland.
Guys, I got a real one, real quick. Bear with me for a second. I got a real one.
These all aren't real.
They're real, dude.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
I don't believe in any of the raccoon shit or
Check
aliens trying to make us
Why do you
sex
just
slaves.
keep on cutting them into cylinders? And
Now,
not
when you
eating
see a whole
You
ass
are eating them,
raccoon
okay.
with a crown on in Stephen Hawking's chair, you gonna be pissed.
There's this weird SCP, because you've been watching
already gonna
SCP
know.
stuff. There's this
Yeah.
weird North
Fingers
American
fine.
SCP where it's like the Fox King, and like it's a nation of animals living in North America.
them? Oh, really?
Yeah, and they're all sentient, but they like don't have thumbs or anything. And it's like
And
yeah,
they're all
fucking
talking and
thumbs.
shit.
yeah, shit's stupid.
No, I'm for it.
No, I'm
What
all
accent?
for it.
God
I'm trying to
damn.
be
Are they
homies with a
French
fox.
Canadians?
Are they
They're
trying
just
to?
the
Are
shit.
they trying to overthrow the
Are they
humans or
French
something?
Canadian?
Something like that.
Probably.
They just want to be sovereign, and
I'm
for
French
some reason
Canadian.
they're British.
No, like I'm
It's
trying
really
to figure out
weird.
how they talk. Like, are they from the
Well,
Midwest?
most SCPs just want to kill
sorry.
people.
Most.
Not
Oh,
all
that's
of
a good
them,
point.
But
We're
Or
having
are
two
they just
conversations.
chilling out into the redwoods of California, just like, yo, bro,
Yeah.
what's going on,
What?
man?
How does it?
Yeah.
How does the animal kingdom talk then?
God, I don't believe in an animal kingdom. It's
But that's what he said.
it's
He
on the
said,
SCP
are they
YouTube
from,
channel.
Are they from the Midwest? Are they from Canada?
I think
they
it's
have-
I think
from
it's
Mars.
in
They
Canada.
speak English.
I think it's
Yeah.
in Canada, and yes, they speak English. They're British for some reason.
Ah, so they're not French Canadian.
They're British.
good.
They came from the England.
Oh my fucking god! All right, let's get back to a real conspiracy theory. real
These
quick.
are
These are all real, man.
Okay. Okay, so in the human condition,
Mm-hmm.
we have a problem with substances. They don't even have to be chemical substances, like porn addiction, for instance, right?
Yup.
Or the weird show
Is
Fatal
porn a
Addiction.
chemical substance?
No, so the dopamine release in your brain is chemical, but porn itself is not a chemical substance.
I mean, it could be.
Fucking idiot.
I'm gonna pop me a porn tablet.
So what if social media?
Viagra?
What if social media, the government, Hollywood, what if they're trying to keep us dependent on all these substances to keep us stupid or to keep us controllable or to
Depression medication.
sheep us, kind of? In depression medication especially, my boy Jordan Peterson had such an adverse reaction to this benzodiazepine shit. He's currently still stuck overseas in like Bosnia or some shit. I think that's where it is because it was the only place on earth that offered a treatment for this drug withdrawal. The only place. America doesn't even offer it because Big Pharma is so fucking stupid. And
That's
you
why
know
drugs
all
are illegal.
about that, right, guys?
That's why drugs
Oh, yeah.
are illegal,
Yeah.
because when you tell someone not to do something, they want to do it.
Actually, okay, coming from the psychology field, I can say without a doubt that is a straight conspiracy. They want to give you drugs instead of healthy
It's the
natural
CIA.
solutions more than anything. I don't think it's the CIA, but
No, they caused the what was it, meth in LA?
they caused the cocaine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, didn't
They
they?
fucked up LA.
Cocaine pandemic
Dude. Okay, because
or epidemic.
there's a conspiracy theory that's pretty close related to what you're talking about, kind of, but it's kind of the opposite. It's actually both. So there's one, which is that psychedelics are actually a real gateway into a higher dimension.
That one's interesting, actually.
That's another conspiracy
They want to
theory.
keep psychedelics illegal so you can't find the truth or something
You
like
can't
that.
find the truth, and you can't open up your brain to its truest potential. That's
You know-
one, and then two.
You know, hook me up with another Baco?
You got Bacos? I don't
Yeah.
want one. I'm good. But
No sauce.
the
this time.
second
That shit's too
conspiracy
spicy.
theory. This one I actually was about for a long time. Like I was actually doing. This is one of the reasons why I became vegan too. Okay.
You're vegan now?
No. this is a
Oh,
while
you
ago.
were
This is
vegan.
a while
Okay.
ago. But here was a conspiracy theory that have you yeah. Have you heard of the something called the pineal gland in your head? The third eye.
Yeah, I've
So
heard the
there's,
third
there's
eye
apparently
reference.
there's like a thing in your brain called the pineal gland, and it's like something that unlocks your brain and it like makes you feel completely enlightened and like you understand the world yourself. And
It
like,
lets you-
afterlife.
it lets
it's the
you-
spiritual connection.
And it lets you see the shit that like DMT lets
Exactly,
you
it's
see.
the spiritual connection to the world. But the whole conspiracy theory is that you ever heard the whole argument of like why there's fluoride in water?
Mm-mm.
So in tap water, there's trace amounts of fluoride that you can find. There's fluoride in toothpaste. There's fluoride in pretty much everything that comes from
Keep us
animal.
retarded.
Exactly. That's
No,
exactly what I'm getting
it's
at.
good for your
It's
teeth.
all of the animal byproducts because the animals drink water
That's
and
what
eat
they want you
food.
to think.
Animals drink water and eat food that have fluoride in it. Fluoride is supposedly, it's what causes the pineal gland to be like
Shrink.
cemented and like locked away. That's like the whole argument.
Mm.
So the government's making us drink water that has
Tell you
fluoride
I
in it.
drink tea.
They're making us brush our teeth with stuff that has fluoride in it, eat all of our food that has fluoride in it. But why? All supposedly because it helps strengthen your teeth, quote unquote. The whole conspiracy theory is that it's
why the
meant
world's
to
flat.
stop you from having your true spiritual connection with the world and seeing it for what it really is. They want to keep you under as, quote, sheeple. So that's why people are vegan. Because
Come on,
they,
sheeple.
not even kidding, like, dude, this is crazy. Like, there was people on YouTube who, like, would put filters on their showers, would put filters on all of their sinks, would only eat raw vegan food that have not touched any sources of water or are from fluoride-free farms.
How do you grow stuff without water?
It's specific, like, water that doesn't have fluoride
So,
contaminated in it.
for instance, I live with a well. My well water would not have fluoride in it. But
I got
all
well
of the
water, too.
animal products I use in my toothpaste does, so I'm still getting the fluoride.
Yes.
I got that well water too.
Because your pineal gland
Exactly.
is super susceptible, apparently, to fluoride.
That's
so
weird.
even if you have small trace amounts of it, it'll I think it's like crystallize.
Dog.
Yeah, I don't know what the word is, but like it's crazy. Like I watched videos on videos of this where people would like
You
go
indulged
on
it a little bit,
super
yeah.
raw vegan diets and like completely stay away from microwaves too was one of them. I don't know.
Really,
It's weird.
Mike? So this
People are
is
fucking nuts.
this is the original tinfoil hat
Yeah,
kind of
I
stuff
Yes.
right here.
I think
yeah.
this one sounds a little nutty.
But dude,
Well,
this
do
is
you-
like a real like people are super into this. Like there's stores that sell fluoride free
My
toothpaste
conspiracy
now.
theory is better than yours. Yours
Okay.
is false.
Okay.
Mine is real.
About Stephen Hawking?
No, about
Yes,
raccoons
the
and Stephen
raccoon
Hawking.
Stephen Hawking.
I
Good
think
God.
it's pretty wild though if you really think about it because like whenever you see all of these images from ancient hieroglyphics of like the third eye with the eye on the forehead.
He's right, actually, and like on our dollar bill
Yes.
and all that shit. Yeah.
There's an
the
eye in
Illuminati,
everything. There's always the eye,
Illuminati.
like the awakening eye that you see
It's
everywhere.
the eye of Anubis.
Is that what it is?
It is. It is actually because
Okay.
that's why it's on a pyramid. It's Egyptian mythology, except I don't think it's not Anubis. It's
No, it's Anubis.
It's Horus. Yeah, because Horus I think it's Horus because in Egyptian mythology, Horus went down to hell to avenge his father, fought Set, and Set took one of his eyes.
Fuck.
Yeah, and it's part of the hero myth story thing. It's actually pretty cool. It's a pretty cool one. Like we talked about this in the family video about like how I have issues looking people in the eyes and shit.
Yeah.
Right. That's actually a parallel to my life a little bit. So like my time spent in football and leaving it and going through those trials and tribulations and stuff. I came out that a stronger man and a better man than I was in there, but I lost one of my eyes. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I can't look people in the eye anymore, at least not for long periods of times, and I've got all these social issues and shit because it's like I got one of my metaphorical eyes stabbed out or something.
Yeah.
So it's just another thing in the hero journey. I love that kind of shit because I like Jordan Peterson and stuff.
Hero's journey.
Hero's journey.
Go
What's
on
up?
your hero's journey.
What? It is Anubis, or is it Horus?
Just looking at you.
Oh, you're staring at me in the eyes. Fuck off! You're making me uncomfortable.
Wait, does it say what it is?
I looked up the eye of Anubis.
He was just smirking
It's
at
got
me,
this
staring.
one.
Oh yeah.
He was like,
And then there's this eye.
Yeah, it fucked me up. You're gonna enjoy listening to that episode because I go into a lot of detail about how like my time in football fucked me up a little bit. Yeah,
It's a
it's
good one. Yeah.
Yeah, and then me and Ryan had a solo episode where it's just me and him, and that was another really good one. We talk about
dicks in
diet way
locker
too
rooms.
long. Dicks in locker rooms and diets.
Yeah, that was a fun. Dicks in locker rooms and diets.
somebody
diet.
told me a story from St. Joe. You might know it. Apparently, in the locker room, I said the name of my
Yeah.
school.
From
so-
your private school, right?
from my
High
private
school, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Apparently, in the locker room, somebody stuck their dick in one of like the holes in the locker, and it got stuck in it,
Oh! Oh no! Oh no!
and they had a hard time getting out.
Yeah, I would imagine.
They got it out, right?
Well,
They
how the fuck did
Well,
they get
yeah,
it?
They didn't like
got it
shred
out.
their
They
dick,
went
right?
in soft, came out hard.
You're right.
Yeah, well, obviously he had to put it in soft. I don't know
Well, obviously.
why he would do that.
I don't know
but
why it got hard and couldn't get it out.
I don't know if it actually got hard and he couldn't get out.
I thought-
know that he put it in there and he couldn't get
I
it
thought
out.
Shy Guy just said, I don't know why I just got hard, but okay.
No, I didn't say that.
I thought he
Why
said
do I
it.
gotta
Chris
sound?
Pratt.
Why do I gotta
Chris
sound
Pratt.
gay
No,
every
no.
episode?
Chris Pratt.
Did you call him his real name?
No. I
No,
said
call me Shy Guy.
Chris Pratt.
I
So
think,
you're telling me.
to be fair,
Hold
I think
on.
we're all a little hard right now.
I'm gonna have to
Maybe-
ask you to leave.
Half a chub.
I got a half a chub. Half a chub. Half a slab of chubs.
Do you guys believe in the stoned ape theory?
I don't even know what that means.
What?
It's the I thought we talked about it in episode 1.
That we might have. I don't fucking
We should have.
I don't remember what
It's
it
the-
was.
Get high.
Well, it's
Yup.
how do dolphins get high?
Blowfish.
Really?
Blowfish.
It would make sense.
They
They're
chew on them like
they're-
dumb, and then they get high.
yeah.
They get zooted as shit.
They get
So-
zooted as fuck.
I think killer whales. Noise. I think
People are
killer
definitely gonna
whales.
want to hear that.
Hey,
Killer whales.
killer whales, dolphins, and elephants all have a certain level of emotional intelligence that would like make me feel bad for killing and eating them, type stuff. Like they're too similar to us emotionally, and that bothers me. And killer whales and dolphins almost have language in which they talk to each other. Like they use the most amount of semantics and syntax at the same time compared to any creatures on Earth, because that's what makes humans different than everything else is. Because many animals have like sounds and signals or body language and stuff. We're one of the only species that have both syntax and semantics. Syntax is rules for speech and language. Semantics, meaning behind them. Many animals can do one. They almost never can do both, and the closest thing to that, which we haven't proven completely yet, is dolphins, killer whales, and elephants. And yeah, but whatever. Back to the stone ape theory. I was just getting all psychology for a sec.
Ready for it. I'm here for it.
Stone ape theory is that we evolved alongside other primates and shit, like evolution says. But we found a naturally growing psychedelic plant, and that opened up our third eye, relatively speaking, and that's what made us go on a different evolutionary path than everything else. And that's what triggered human evolution. Not mushrooms per se, right? But it's really heavily theorized that it was DMT probably. And we started getting into that.
Ayahuasca root.
Ayahuasca, exactly.
It's the root.
And they think that's what might have caused human evolution to happen.
What?
I think it was aliens personally, but I'm not going to say
It is Horus. I think
I knew it was
Anubis is
Horus.
some Yu-Gi-Oh
Well.
shit.
Wait, it is Yu-Gi-Oh!
Anubis
I
is
think
a
that
god. Anubis is a god, but Horus is
Yo, the people listening
It's
who
his
are
eye.
like big Yu-Gi-Oh fans are gonna be like, what the fuck is he talking about?
yeah, probably.
That's a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Yeah.
I didn't fucking know.
Well, Anubis is part of the Egyptian pantheon. He's just not. He just wasn't that
really good.
story. It's not his eye.
I think I
Can't stop
saw
eating that pear. I eat
a
pears,
video on like
Pear.
I eat
you know
pears
nothing
now,
about like
dude.
theories or conspiracy theories or whatever, but like the
What do you mean conspiracy?
for now like
This is all truth.
This is truth.
for now how it was a video on how we think we officially quote unquote evolved into humans. It's because like
Raccoons evolved first.
our like ape relatives were like in trees all the time because it was the safest place from predators.
Yeah.
But like
Giant snakes and large insects.
yeah, but like at some point most of like the trees like burnt down or something probably.
California wildfire.
Yeah, except in Africa, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was hardly any like trees to swing to
Yep.
because there was a shit ton of fucking open space.
And so we started walking on
And
ground.
we started walking upright because it's easier to see farther
And then
when
we
you're
started
upright
running.
and running away from the things that are trying to kill us.
Started running instead of
And
hiding.
we
can
had
outrun
to we
predators
had to
with
get
sweat.
clever. We had to get clever with defending ourselves from.
It's true.
I don't think there's many apex predators we can
animals.
run away from.
Well, yeah, and we had to be clever with defending from animals because we can't run fast.
Well,
so
that's why we
made
became
tools.
tribal.
Yeah, we endurance
weapons.
run.
We became tribal so we can outnumber them and kill them, or so it kills one of us and the rest of us can get away.
No, it's
Damn.
because we can
That's
outrun
morbid, but it's true.
Well,
Them. 'Cause we sweat.
we can outrun them, but just not like at first. Like animals will always
We're
run
not
faster
speed
than
runners,
us,
we're
but they have no
endurance
endurance.
We can be endurance runners. I'm in the
That's
best
how we
running
used
shape
to
of my
catch
life right now, and I
prey.
still can't make it very far. Shit. Okay, back to conspiracy theories, but that's actually cool. And
Yeah.
I know a theory called the Younger Dryas Ice Age impact theory.
Mm-hmm.
We should talk about that sometime.
Okay.
But not for this one.
Right. Yeah. Conspiracy theories. Right.
So yeah, I actually, the psychedelic theory might be true, but I don't think it's another dimension or anything.
Mhm.
I think it's achieving enlightenment, and they don't want people to do that often. I don't think they want people to achieve enlightenment or think outside the box.
Yeah.
I think it's counterproductive to society for people to be too
Quote, unquote,
individualistic.
Yes.
No, I think it absolutely is. It's the same reason I'm not 100% libertarian or capitalist anymore. Because if a society catered to only those people, so many people fall through the cracks.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So unless everybody could achieve enlightenment through psychedelics, which I don't think everyone can, I think only a select few people can, then
Is that why the elite?
we don't want a
elite-
society created around it because a bunch of people would get left out probably.
That makes sense.
So I want psychedelics to be legal. I just don't want our society to be based around it.
True. I
Yeah.
agree. No, I 100% agree.
Yeah. I want most substances to be legal, just nothing that
It's not fun anymore if it's legal.
none of the shit hey. Chill. None of the shit that you get addicted to and it kills you.
Yeah.
Like heroin, for instance. It's so if you made it legal, it might get used less. But I don't know. I don't know how people would ever do something that they know is probably going to kill them. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's addiction.
No, but almost everybody knows, hey, this drug is known for getting you fucking killed. I'm going to try it. You get what I'm
Because people
saying?
want to see what happens. Because they're curious. We're naturally curious.
Someone
beings.
tells you, "Hey, this is gonna kill you." Bet.
Exactly.
I guess,
Sweet.
man.
How long does it take?
All right, but yeah, so that's the psychedelic conspiracy theory. That's another one to
It
add
makes
to the
sense. I
list.
mean, Hey, well,
It's
that's probably
very
why
possible.
psychedelics are
But-
illegal now, because they don't want people to evolve into something more.
Do you really believe it's another dimension you're looking into, communicating with other beings, or do you think it just unlocks consciousness? It unlocks higher thinking.
Both, because
Both?
I mean, it unlocks a higher dimension, which allows you to have higher thinking.
See, I think it just unlocks conscious thought. It does not let you see into a world that doesn't exist. I think it changes your perception.
Well, the world. Okay,
It changes your perception, not your
different
reality.
higher dimensions exist. I believe.
I
the
agree, but I don't think
dimension-
psychedelics show anything like that. Personally,
But
don't.
I mean, that's the whole point. Is like you're seeing a higher dimension is seeing the world in a different perspective, and that's why people believe when
The
you're
fourth
going
dimension.
exactly, and that's why
It's
people
like when
because we're looking in third person.
it's
If
like
you look at it in fourth person, that's just another perspective.
it's like if you lived in the second dimension where you're fucking flat, and then you realize,
Not
hey,
third
up
person,
is a thing.
It's like
the y-axis.
Yeah. Hey, up.
And down.
Shit. There's a lot of space up there.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I just don't believe that it lets you see into other dimensions or anything or other
Really?
planes of existence. I think it just unlocks what your subconscious already had,
I think
Which is
they're all
why-
fucking nuts.
which is why it doesn't work for everyone.
Tell that to the raccoons.
This
I
is why
will.
everyone who does
Raccoons
shrooms or
will-
everybody who
and then
does
they'll kill
DMT
me.
isn't automatically enlightened.
True. It
Because-
takes time.
It has.
Raccoons, I believe. Sorry. Go
I
ahead.
think it has to already be there in
It's
your
not about
experience and in your
believing, it's truth.
subconscious.
Mhm.
I think it has to already be there, which is, yeah, and I think that's why the government doesn't want it to happen, or why society doesn't want it to happen. Because if a set amount of people could reach their full potential
I like.
and a bunch of other people can't, there's a reason to be afraid of that, right? I think that's the point.
Did you hear about the girl that killed herself by jumping in front of a train?
No, when
A lot of people do that.
It was a while ago.
that is
I think.
often, but
It was
Was it-
because
was it here?
A video leaked of her getting a train ran on her by the whole football team at her school.
oh,
So she jumped in front of a train, and someone commented on the post online and said, "Live by the train, die by the train."
Jesus, that's awful.
Jesus Christ.
So let's talk. No, that's for a different episode. That's for a societal episode. We ain't talking about that.
I said so.
So
So whores.
that's awful.
Yeah.
Why? Okay. I understand. We're gonna go on a tangent for a sec.
I stepped on your toe.
Socially, good. Socially, I understand why being a whore is not liked. I understand why it's not an agreeable trait to have. Right? Is it worth making somebody kill
I
themselves
like
over
my
it?
women like I like my
Is
coffee,
somebody
without
is
someone else's dick in it.
is yeah, I understand that, but is somebody who likes to have sex a lot worth getting them killed for?
have sex with one person.
No, I understand that, but what I'm saying is
that too much to ask?
what is it to you? What is it to you if somebody wants to have a bunch of sex?
What I think matters. What I think is the law. When I'm president, that's going to be how it is.
I am law.
He really is Alex Jones.
Why do you think
he really is Alex Jones?
Is against the law?
Adultery is only against the law in like certain states like Michigan.
Good.
Good God. So I don't want adultery to be against the law, frankly. I'm just going to go into my marriage with a prenup and not have to worry about it. So there you
I
go.
don't think adultery has to do with a prenup. It has to do with your wife fucking another man.
That's what adultery is.
What a prenup is it means if we get a divorce, she doesn't get 50% of my stuff.
If she commits acts of adultery and you have proof of it, I don't think she has a case in court.
Oh, no, she'll get to keep 50% of your shit,
Not in
probably.
Michigan.
Not in Michigan.
If
because only in places where it's illegal.
So
Here,
if you're
here it's not
if you're
illegal.
If you're in a marriage and one of the spouses cheats, the victim so the other spouse has the choice to do. They have the choice to keep 100% of everything.
that's only in places where adultery is illegal. In most places, it's not. Here, it's not.
Yeah, but I don't think a judge would say, yeah, you fucked another guy, but you're still going to get all his shit.
Dude, a
In this state, that's the
left-leaning
case, yeah.
enough judge.
It can happen, but
If there's
a
kids,
judge would
if there's
specifically
kids
do it.
involved,
Dude, in this
and
state,
it's a left-leaning judge,
in this
yeah.
state, the guy gets fucked over in most situations.
And we have a mostly conservative state, so imagine what it's like in places like California or
That's
something.
why I'm going to Texas.
Hey man, Texas,
You'll still get fucked in Texas, just less.
Texas might
Well,
be
he's not gonna get
Texas
fucked.
might be fucking swinging blue with that California exodus, dude.
It really might.
Think about it.
It might, but they can only go to so many states before they just start killing themselves.
So what's nice is they're not all going to
It's really
Texas.
fuck up
They're
so
not
much.
all
It's
going to
inevitable.
Texas. Some of them are going to Iowa. Some of them are going to Montana, South Dakota. Like, they're spreading out a little bit.
They
So
need
new
to stick
conspiracy:
to their own
liberals
fucking
liberals
shithole.
are going to conservative states to turn them blue.
Okay. Let's talk about a big conspiracy theory. New Jackson was supposed to be the northern part of California, and they were going to be their own state.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the government went to extreme lengths to ensure California would never get split in half so that they could keep all those electoral votes. Because
It makes sense.
New Jackson's super conservative, and they wanted to break away from California and represent themselves and be their own thing.
When was it that was proposed to have a thing?
Right before World War II started, and the day they were going to
Makes
become their
sense.
own state, World War II kicked off, and then it's been lost to history ever
I
since.
think there's a different reason for that, not just World War II. The government was super federal government back then, because it was just starting out with Theodore Roosevelt and all that. And I think the Depression might have had a bit of a cause on that. Could have fucked up taxes and shit. And plus the fact that Teddy Roosevelt actually became president, there was a lot of left-leaning people.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe even back then, I think California up until like the 80s was actually a Republican state. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah, because they had Reagan as their governor.
Oh, shit.
Ronald Reagan.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite the switch.
Reagan smash.
I love that Family Guy
Hollywood.
meme where he's punching the side of the Burger King.
Hollywood controls a lot, man.
Gorbachev, tear down that wall. Reagan smash. Reagan smash. And then he's like, the fuck is that pounding noise? That's Reagan. He'll get
It's
tired.
literally like so silent. It's like,
Yeah.
what is
And
that
he's
pounding
like, oh,
noise?
that's just Reagan. He'll get tired. And then Reagan's like, Reagan smash. Reagan tired.
He lays on the floor.
Reagan nap.
Reagan nap.
Who was the guy I was thinking of?
Reagan's gonna be in the new fucking Call of Duty game.
He is?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
the
I saw that.
president.
That's actually
I
that's gonna be
I
curious.
saw that. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
all right.
No, Hoover. Herbert Hoover, 2024.
Merle Haggard is from California.
Oh?
I don't think
Country
Herbert
singer.
Hoover's
Oh.
alive anymore, Ryan.
I don't care.
He,
I just said
he
your name.
disliked people.
In this
hating
day and
on
age, it doesn't
Vietnam
matter if
until
you're dead or
after
alive. You
Vietnam.
could
I said
probably
your
Yeah,
name,
but-
by the
realized
way.
what was going on.
A bunch of people in Nashville are liberal and their country is fucked. Do you
It's
guys just say
more-
something else?
Joe fucked it up.
I said Ryguy's real name.
Oh. God, this is a bad episode.
It's not about how country they are. It's about how Merle Haggard was as a guy. Like as a
Okay,
person.
I get what you're
Oh
saying.
my god, I just got a random thought in my head. It
Well,
has nothing to do with anything we're talking about.
Go.
I saw a random video clip last night on YouTube
Yeah.
of Bugs Bunny crossing the Mason-Dixon line and going down south. And what's the character's name? He has a red. Yosemite Sam is dressed up as a Confederate soldier.
Oh,
He's like, "You dang Yankee, get out of here!" And he starts shooting at him.
That's awful.
And Bugs Bunny's like, he gets in a disguise where he's like brown now.
Oh my god.
And
Oh,
in
God.
tattered clothes.
Oh yeah, I saw this meme. He pretends to be a slave and starts
He's
saying,
a police master, don't hit
yeah,
me.
he says all that
I
kind of
was
stuff.
like,
And when
holy
he
shit.
runs away and comes back dressed as Abe Lincoln and kicks Yosemite Sam's ass.
It
was hilarious.
You like whipping slaves, boy.
Yeah, and he starts beating the shit out of Yosemite Sam for dress. Yeah, it was hilarious. So
The
next-
things that was okay back in the...
yeah,
I know,
definitely.
right?
Some of the things Disney made. There was this one Disney clip I saw where it was, no, this isn't conspiracy theory.
one
Shut
with
the
the
fuck up.
rabbit.
Shut up. We're going back to conspiracy theories. Fuck. All right.
man. Why did they
Oh
hear that
man.
story?
Oh dad.
It's the ride with the rabbit, Splash Mountain. The
To
movie
be-
that ride's based on.
To be completely serious, why do you guys think JFK was shot?
CIA.
Why?
It's because JFK was trying to rein in the CIA's ability and like what they should be doing.
Checks and
the CIA
balances.
said, "Fuck no, bow," and just took him out.
You think that's what it was?
Yep.
I want to get that. I want to snip
think,
that as like.
Them being like, bow.
So the CIA was like, you know what? Bow.
I saw a clip of a comedian named Bill Hicks, and he did like a bit where he was talking about, you think they like the CIA took President Bush into the room after the inauguration and showed him a clip of the JFK assassination from a different angle that's
And
never
said,
been seen
watch
before.
your step, bud.
And then after it ends, they just go, any questions? And then he did his Bush accent. He's like, when do we invade Baghdad?
That's so fucked.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Does anybody have any other theories of why JFK got shot?
It's the
I don't
it's the
fucking
Shadow
know.
Council.
Lee Harvey Oswald
might be.
was a
Leaving
hell of a
leaving the
shot.
raccoon theory out of this for a second.
No, it
Lee
actually
Harvey
is the
Oswald's
Shadow
actually
It's
Council.
the
in
Shadow Council
No.
because
He's
there's
also-
so
he
many
was also a
similarities.
Yeah.
So many similarities to what?
There's so many similarities between his death and Abraham Lincoln's death.
Yeah.
It's
Really?
it's just a bunch of coincidences, yeah.
So,
Coincidence.
I think it's stupid. I think it's stupid to have the leader of a free world riding in a car that has no fucking roof.
yeah.
Like you're just begging for him to get shot.
So,
In America, our presidents get shot.
Yeah. What about
or they make jokes about it like Reagan. You missed me. Well, he was giving a speech and somebody's car
It was in
backfired.
Berlin.
Yeah, he was giving a speech and somebody's car backfired. Like, you missed me, and kept speaking.
I thought it was a balloon pop.
No, it was. I thought it was a car backfired.
You missed me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Reagan.
Okay. So
conspiracy?
I do actually think it was the Shadow Council. But I think it's the world elite. It's the richest people in the world, and I think the reason they killed him was because he was about to sign an executive order that said the United States could no longer borrow money from the Federal Reserve. For anybody listening and anybody at this table, the Federal Reserve is not a government institution. It's a private bank that we're in debt to as a country. The Federal Reserve is owned by a person or board of people, private individuals that the United States is in debt to, and other countries.
Damn.
Yep. He was going to sign an executive order that said we could no longer borrow from them, and they shot him. They fucking killed him for it. I think this group of people have been trying to run things forever. There's multiple quotes of Jefferson, actually, and Washington in the founding of our country saying we should not have a federalized bank. We should not have a bank that we can borrow from.
Big Fed.
We should not do this. And Alexander Hamilton's like, nah, dog, we should do this.
No, dog.
And he eventually won. Hamilton eventually won that, and we started borrowing money from a privatized bank that just had the word federal in front of it. And they killed him for it. I think they control everything. I think during the what was the war between the French and the British that was
7
happening?
Years War.
Yeah, the 7 Years' War. I think while they were doing that, I think both sides were indebted to this large organization, and they wanted their hands on the free world as quickly as they could get it. I think the vast majority of the world is in debt to this organization. And it might be the people at Bohemian Grove, it might be something else, but I do think they actually own everything.
Pizzagate, man.
And so, Honey Badger talks about this all the time. We're in a shit ton of debt as a country.
Oh, yeah.
But
We're in debt to the Saudis.
we always, that's one of them, and China,
France.
and France,
Fran-
and the Federal Reserve,
France
French
also
funded
owes us
toll
money
roads.
too.
and the Federal Reserve. We're in debt to loads of people. However, we always pay off our debts on time. We always pay off our payments on time, but keep borrowing more. The States always pays its shit off, though. We always do. And what I think happens, because the Federal Reserve is the one we're borrowing money from, and they're the ones in control of everything, every time we get anywhere close to paying off debts, I think they print more money. Because think about it. Every time they print more money and the American dollar is worth less, you effectively owe more money. So you can't ever pay it off. And it doesn't help that we don't have presidents anymore or legislation anymore that actually tries to pay it off. We try to ease the deficit, but we're never actually paying it off.
Is the Don not trying?
He can't. His hands are tied. Regardless of how good Donald Trump's economics might be, he has not actually taken steps to legitimately pay off a debt, and that's because he's paying for a lot of shit right now. There hasn't been a president who's actually paid off debt since Andrew Jackson, actually. He's the only president we've had.
Top tier president, number one.
He committed genocide. Shut the fuck up.
Top tier president, number one.
But he's the only president we've ever had that our numbers were in positive.
Genocide against the people that didn't count as anything.
That's fucked up.
At
That's
the
pretty
time.
fucked up.
At
That's
the
fucked up.
time.
Bro,
Just saying.
Wait, what happened? I'm confused.
he killed a bunch of Native Americans.
Oh!
They
Yeah,
weren't represented by anybody.
Gave them blankets and merchandise and shit with smallpox in it to try to get rid of them specifically. I think he also flooded a valley that was full of them.
Yo.
Oh no, Andrew Jackson's crazy. He's savage.
Damn,
He's
that is
savage.
crazy.
I wouldn't call what he did
He was
good.
in the American Civil War.
I wouldn't-
Too.
He
Not
was.
Civil War, Revolutionary War.
Created the Marines. He he dueled multiple people, especially in government.
I don't think
Like,
he
literally
created the
dueled
Marines.
them?
He created the organization.
Yeah, like
but
pistol
Yeah, that's what I meant. I meant he labeled them and gave them a branch and everything,
they
or
own
started
the
that
branch. They're
process.
under the Department of the Navy.
You know what I mean?
He put them under the.
You know what I mean, fucker. All right. He also got into a gunfight with like he got into a duel with the best duelist in like Kentucky or something and fucking killed him in one shot and took a bullet and it barely missed his heart. And he also ignored his cabinet that was elected to advise him, and he had this thing called the kitchen cabinet where they would literally meet in his kitchen while he ate food. And they were all of his personal advisors, bankers, businessmen, other people who he'd rather talk to instead of his elected cabinet. Yeah. No, he was the craziest fucking president ever. Not a good guy, but he did some crazy shit. There were multiple people in government that he like challenged to a duel regularly because he's like, "You're pissing me off with your policy. I'm gonna kill you," like regularly. And he didn't try to assassinate people. He tried to fucking kill him himself.
Can you imagine if that aspect of society like stuck around to this day?
It should have.
We can have a conversation about that later.
It should have.
But he also.
Oh, whoa, shit!
We should bring dueling
So
back.
I think Andrew Jackson was the only president to stick a middle finger up to this Federal Reserve Shadow Council, or make a deal with them to have us be in the positive for the first time ever, and we haven't done it since. He also, an assassin tried to kill him after his presidency.
And he beat him.
He tried to shoot him with so back then assassins would carry multiple revolvers in case they jammed when they shot. Man pulled out like 3 revolvers. It jammed every time. And Andrew Jackson, yeah, and Jackson proceeded to kill him with his cane.
That shit is
beat him to
badass.
Dude, he's the craziest man to ever live as far as I'm concerned.
He beat him to death. With his
He was-
cane.
He either beat him to
That
death.
had to have been fucking snorting just liquid mercury.
He
all
either
day.
he either beat him to death or he was pulled off of him still trying to beat him to
He
death with
was.
his cane.
was
Yeah,
a
he's
Pulled
pulled
him
off
off
him.
him while he was fucking whacking the guy in the head with his
Mm-hmm.
cane.
Andrew Jackson might be the craziest man ever. I think he's the only man to beat this Shadow Council at their own game. And it makes sense in his presidency because he's the only one who had a positive budget. He's the only one.
Oh, shit.
The only president to ever make money instead of spend it.
Speaking of crazy presidents,
What?
Abraham Lincoln.
What about him?
He was fucking nuts.
Yeah.
But no one really knows about it.
What was he
Why?
nuts?
Because the medicine he was taking was literal mercury.
Well, yeah, that was common practice for a long
Yeah.
He
time.
was fucked up.
Yeah.
It says what?
Didn't help that he was depressed.
It is well known that Abraham Lincoln took a medicine called blue mass or blue pill, commonly prescribed in the 19th century. What is now hardly known as the main ingredient of blue mass was finely dispersed elemental mercury.
Yeah.
Lincoln suffered neurobehavioral consequences of mercury intoxication, but perhaps crucial to history, before the main years of his presidency, he was astute enough to recognize the effects and stop the medication soon after his inauguration.
Well, trying to stop slavery is a noble cause, but some of the things he did in the Civil War were evil.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Like
he was
when
kind of a dickhead.
Sherman's March to the South, for instance,
Sherman's March to the Sea.
To the sea, sorry. He killed like millions of American civilians, not just Confederate soldiers. And that was us killing our own people. That's part of the reason why Ulysses let soldiers go after the final battle of the war.
The motherfucker got a monument.
It wasn't Sherman himself. It was the guys on the outside of the march.
He allowed it, though. That's the point. It was part of.
That he allowed it.
It was part of the total war strategy, man. It was part of it. It was intentional. Believe me.
Whatever, man.
Both sides were evil. One side just had the authority to commit it.
As they retreated.
Hmm?
The city of Savannah was burnt to the ground because the Confederates lit up ammunition supplies and shit as they retreated.
Yeah, I think they're both evil. Don't get me wrong. One side literally had slaves, which is disgusting. They're both evil. And not to mention, they literally didn't do anything they stood for. They stood for state rights and then proceeded to have an oligarchy. Like, I'm sorry, the rich controlled everything.
Because it wasn't for states' rights, it was for slavery.
Well, think about it. The vast majority of the Confederate soldiers couldn't own slaves or land or have plantations. Only the rich elite and politicians had any of that stuff.
Fighting for them?
They were drafted. They were forced to fight, just like Vietnam.
Damn.
They also weren't told, and they were sold the idea of states' rights.
You should watch the Free State of Jones with Matthew McConaughey. It explains that
a lot of them really truly did believe they were fighting for freedoms.
Yeah, a lot of them were brainwashed into thinking that, and a lot of them were just forced to do it. And children and old men were forced to get themselves killed for this oligarchic stupid shit because they wanted to keep their slaves. There is a noble cause in states' rights in the fight for that, but if you want that flag, they don't tread on me flag, not the Confederate flag.
But that wasn't what the Civil War was about.
It's what a lot of people on the ground thought it was about. But it was really about the oligarchy not wanting to be told what to do in the South. That's what it was really about.
Now, there's a movie I watched called Gettysburg. It's about, the Battle of Gettysburg and Civil War.
That's what I just said.
And
it's about slaves, man.
The oligarchy were the ones who owned the slaves, dog. The plantations owners and the politicians, the rich. I agree with you that it's about the slaves. The oligarchy were the ones who could own the slaves. Normal Confederate civilians couldn't own slaves. Slaves are expensive. You gotta feed them.
It's not that they couldn't own it. They couldn't really afford to.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying that none of them would have owned slaves, but most of them weren't willing to die for something they didn't even own. That's like dying for the right to own a cool car. That's like dying for the right to own a cool car when you don't own a car. Most people don't care until they have it. All right, we can stop with this. I think the Federal Reserve is the puppet masters of the United States and the world. Does anybody think that's cool?
Yes.
All right, sweet.
Very cool. Yes.
Oh, good job. No, I'm kidding. No, I agree. I think. No, seriously, that's a pretty sound. It's a sound conspiracy.
I think it's why they shot JFK, dog.
It all ties together.
Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys.
What is that show? Those memes are so funny.
High.
It's called Clone High. Are they all clones of people from history or something? That's funny.
Abraham Lincoln's one of them.
Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys. He drives off a cliff.
No, he just flipped his car.
Oh, that shit's so funny.
Can I show you a meme real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. No, Joe.
No, I gotta show it to him.
How long is it recording this far?
Hour 15.
Hour 15? We got anything else substantial you want to hit up?
I don't know.
I'm going to pull up the list.
So obviously, you know what deep fakes are, right? Obviously. Yeah.
Deep fakes?
Yeah.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
It's like somehow making like pictures talk.
There's the Kennedy boy.
Here.
Oh no!
Holy shit!
So it was actual JFK.
I've seen it.
It was actual JFK getting shot, and they were using the face editing thing to make it look like he was saying that. That's awful, but hilarious.
So,
No, I thought it was awful too, but it made me. I died when I saw it.
That's hilarious.
It was hilarious.
So did he.
JFK is like one of the only
but he didn't
Democrat
see it.
presidents I would have been a fan of.
I don't think we ever expanded on the Mujahideen gold rush theory.
Yeah, if you want to expand on that, sure, go for it.
I'm not really sure how I will, but
Yeah,
let's see where this
because I
goes.
have no idea what you're talking about.
Go ahead.
So
No.
the second California gold rush, when all of them tech companies and shit moved to Silicon Valley in California.
Okay.
You mean like Apple and Microsoft?
Yeah.
When
and
was that?
Microsoft.
When
It in, like,
was the time that
80s.
that's when it was? All right.
Yeah. And that was around the same time that the Mujahideen were fighting the USSR in Afghanistan,
Well,
also known as the
And-
graveyard of empires.
that's where Al Qaeda came from, and we supply.
Al Qaeda came from soldiers of the Mujahideen.
I know
not the
that's where they
Mujahideen
came
itself.
from, and we created them by giving them World War II arms
Stinger
to fight.
missiles and
Yeah,
shit.
to fight the Soviets.
But this all came about because America needed to produce equipment that could fight the USSR if we ever needed to.
Yeah,
And where would we send that to test it out? The
Mujahideen. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
In Silicon Valley, well, the beginnings of Silicon Valley in World War II were all these big military contractors and all that shit. The military created the internet. if
They
you didn't know
did.
that.
The military did create the internet.
They created the nuclear bomb out in New Mexico, which is near California. Stretching that one a little bit.
Near.
But the Mujahideen created Silicon Valley, man. Because America needed the ability to create weapons that could take down fucking
So just
Russian helicopters.
You're saying they unintentionally created Silicon
No,
Valley?
no, they did it.
They did on
They knew what
purpose.
they were doing.
Oh, okay.
The
They wanted
Mujahideen
to.
Okay,
needed
no,
the
I think there's some
technology
major plot holes in here that
Yeah.
aren't making
Like
sense. Okay,
It all ties together.
so if they're testing out our experimental stuff, our experimental military stuff, how did that lead to them creating Silicon Valley?
It's because they needed shit to fight the Soviets.
Yeah.
And so America said, "Yo, bud, we'll help. We'll hook you up. We'll give you the old hookup." The CIA did, and then all of a sudden, America needed all this military complex in one area to figure shit out. And how
So
to stop
because of the
Soviets.
military complex in Silicon Valley, that's why.
Mhm.
Okay, so I don't think.
Mujahideen needed the shit. America said, "We got you, bud," and then started
So
Silicon
I
Valley.
don't think that's them starting Silicon Valley. I
Oh,
think
no, it is.
that's us starting Silicon Valley indirectly to give them
Mujahideen
shit.
knew what they were doing.
That is-
Osama bin Laden knew what was going on.
That is
Have
the
you seen
stupidest
his
fucking
niece?
theory.
She is hot as hell.
Who?
Osama bin Laden's niece.
What?
You're bizarre,
No,
dog.
she is, man.
You know, Osama bin
Hold
Laden's
on.
kid got killed during
She's
the
a
raid
Trump
when they killed
supporter,
Osama
too.
bin
Hold
Laden
on.
too.
What? Who?
Great.
Osama bin Laden's niece. Look it up.
Osama bin-
The,
Come on, Jamie.
I
Look it
hate,
up.
I hate how much we
God
kill
damn it.
civilians, man.
Oh
No, he
shit!
wasn't a civilian. He wasn't.
Her?
Mhm.
I don't think he was a civilian.
Is she Westernized?
She actually is a Trump supporter.
She's Westernized, isn't she? She lives here and
Told
everything.
you.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm kind of confused.
That's cool.
It all connects.
She came to the free world. She lives it here.
Wasn't it the Navy SEAls that killed
Notice
Osama bin
notice
Laden?
she's not wearing
When
hijab
they-
or anything.
when they,
I mean,
uh,
she rejects the religion.
when they
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
infiltrated
And
his house.
that
to kill
kind
him,
of
his son
showy
was
that kind of
standing guard
showy
outside
clothing
his
also
room with a
means
gun,
she's not Islamic.
And one of the
We're
guys,
not practicing very well.
said
Normally,
his
normally
name.
women who are Islamic can't do that.
you know, the Navy SEAls, and he confused him, and he walked towards
what
the
are you
Navy
guys fucking
SEAls
talking about?
about how they killed
The
Osama
raid
bin
on
Laden's
Osama
kid.
bin Laden's
Okay,
complex.
I'll start over. When they
Okay, are you
infiltrated,
happy they killed a child?
No,
I don't think it was
Okay.
a kid.
I mean it was his son. It wasn't his kid.
Oh,
It
was he
wasn't a kid.
grown ass?
Probably. I don't.
Oh,
He
then
had
I'm
a
okay with
gun.
him getting killed.
But when they infiltrated his home to kill him, his Osama bin Laden's kid was standing guard with a gun, I think, and like one of the Navy SEAls just said his name to distract him, and then it.
Shit. That's
Okay.
fucked.
Now,
I mean, he
We're
was
on the-
definitely part of the terrorism thing.
If he's old enough, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a certain level of child
Children are
that you
inducted
can't blame
into
them.
it, too.
There's a certain level
No,
of
yeah, I
child
know.
that you
I
can't
mean-
blame them for their actions.
He was definitely brainwashed.
What if a kid comes running at me with like a bomb?
Yeah, you should
strapped to
defend
him?
yourself.
He's getting put down
Yeah, you should defend yourself.
with extreme prejudice.
You should defend yourself, but that doesn't mean they're not a victim.
Hey man, victims die all the time. It's war, brother.
Yeah, but that's like it's the same thing with the Nazis.
Kids are usually always.
It's the same thing with the Nazis and the Confederacy. What we were just talking about. The top is the problem. Everything below the top is either brainwashed or victims being forced to do stuff they don't want to do.
Can't help. You gotta go.
You can be rehabilitated. We've proved that. People can be rehabilitated. All right. What's up, Ryguy?
So here's my thing. I feel like we're on the back end of the podcast recording here.
Yeah, I agree.
So my challenge, this was my idea from the get-go for this episode. I wrote down every single conspiracy theory that we talked about.
Oh shit. Okay.
Now I'm going to talk them all out loud. Okay, I'm going to talk them all out loud. Here we go. Disney and coronavirus, Pizzagate/pedophilia, the Shadow Raccoon Council, Area 51 aliens.
I'm not hearing any conspiracies here.
Oh, okay.
It's all fact.
Area 51/aliens. We kind of went in both directions. Elon and the big titty alien goth girls.
I like that one.
Sentient Animal Society, the pineal gland and fluoride, the JFK assassination, Gold Rush 2.0, and Osama's assassination. Now,
that's not a conspiracy theory. That
actually we're going to include it because it was a big topic we talked
Osama's
about.
hot niece.
But here's
aliens.
Yeah, it was on there. Area 51
aliens.
alien.
Okay.
My thing is, we talked about, let's say, 10 different topics / conspiracy theories / truths.
Yeah.
The next 5 minutes, every single one has to connect to it together. They all have to connect in some way.
In 5 minutes.
Let's try it. Let's do it in 5 minutes. Let's see what we can come up with.
Okay.
Is Pizzagate on the list?
Pizzagate is on the list.
So the raccoons control everything that we know.
Yeah, the raccoons obviously control everything.
Exactly.
And they control everything with the blackmail of the pedophilia from the Shadow Council.
We check mark what we talk about here.
Yeah.
So the raccoons.
The raccoons are aliens.
Okay.
We got aliens, raccoons, because the raccoons are aliens.
The raccoons are in cahoots with the aliens.
Okay.
The raccoons are in cahoots with the aliens.
Yeah.
The aliens are pedophiles.
The aliens are pedophiles, so we got Pizzagate.
The raccoons control the pedophiles.
No. So the aliens control the raccoons. The raccoons control the pedophiles with blackmail.
Okay.
Which is the Shadow Council. The pedophiles are the Shadow Council that control everything. Mm-hmm. That do Pizzagate and all that kind of shit.
Okay, but wait.
Which are the Federal Reserve, which is JFK's assassination.
No, hold on. Where does Elon fall into this? Is he the prophet of the Raccoon Shadow Council?
No.
He's our savior.
He's our
Elon,
savior.
Oh, Elon's the savior.
The
he's
Jesus
Jesus Christ.
savior.
Reborn.
So he's the Jesus.
So he knows he can't be Area 51, so he's trying to go to Mars to get the
Okay.
big ass alien titties there instead.
Okay.
He's trying to tap into a different source.
Elon Musk is Jesus Christ reincarnated.
He's trying to get to the source.
Okay.
Yes.
The rapture is humankind going to Mars.
Okay.
And he leaves behind all the pedophiles.
Okay. He's trying to found his own sovereign planet away from the Shadow Council and the aliens.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Elon is our savior.
Elon is the savior of the world, trying to separate us from the Shadow Raccoon Council.
The Shadow Raccoon Pedophilic Alien Council.
that are all in cahoots together to control the world and make sex slaves, which is why we have Pizzagate, and all of the celebrities within Hollywood are talking about pizza on their Twitters because they're actually talking about children.
They're all being blackmailed. They're all being blackmailed.
Some of these celebrities have worked with Disney.
Yeah, and Disney's part of the Shadow Council.
Disney is part of the Shadow Council,
in Silicon Valley,
which is the reason exactly Disney is in Silicon
Valley,
and they wanted to release coronavirus to keep everyone under.
Yeah, and they worked with the Mujahideen to create Silicon Valley.
And Disney has been in cahoots with the government
and the Mujahideen
to release fluoride in all of the everything so that they can continue to watch and buy Disney products while also shutting off their pineal gland.
Yep.
But how does JFK find
The Shadow Council killed him because he was our last savior.
He was the savior before Elon.
Yes.
So JFK.
Why do you think he's trying to get to the moon?
So Elon.
Yeah, he was trying to get to the fucking moon. Holy shit! Oh my god! He was trying to get off planet just like Elon. Holy shit!
Elon is JFK reincarnated.
Oh my god.
So he's the next to get assassinated.
He's the smart.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So Elon's gonna die.
Not unless we get to Mars first.
Fuck! Elon's gonna die.